This is Maberto, our catapult project for physics class. And you know, it's good for a few good memories, but mostly a whole lot of painful ones. So we want to get rid of all trace of this thing.
Yes, I just want to melt my cares away by destroying this project. It might have been months ago, but those memories are so fresh in my mind.
I guess first let's take a look at this thing itself. Maberto written on the side, the name of the catapult. I don't know what you were thinking.
Hey, you know what? Okay, yeah, for those of you who don't know, the M.A. is from Milano.
Spelled wrong.
Spelled wrong. From Erica Milano, who is one of our group members' last name. The Burr is from Aliberte, from Jordan's last name. And the toe is something else which I can't remember right now.
So, wait, no, Milano,
wait,
I remember.
and that's how the Maberto gained its name.
See this target? This is the target on the catapult that we're going to use to destroy it.
Yes.
And I don't really know what that is.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is. Erica drew it. I don't know. It looks cool. I'm pretty sure it's a lion with maybe a snake for a tail, but I mean, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah.
That target, we weren't even thinking of that when we drew it, but
yeah, that wasn't supposed to be a target.
It's just so perfect.
I know, because I'm gonna focus all of my anger and my hate on that part right there. So
let's destroy this thing.
Let's destroy this thing. It's time.
That's on by metal.
Give it time, George. Football just like da 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 da. Football kick, that's what I mean.
Go.
Punt it.
Where's George when you need him?
Okay, so after we were done kicking it, as you can see, the only thing which really happened was we broke off the flinging mechanism of the catapult.
Oh, and one thing we should probably mention is that there used to be a little cap attached to this that we would put the ball in, but right after we did the project, we decided to pull this back as far as we could and let it go, and the cap came flying off.
Yeah. Due to the acceleration of our feet and the decreased amount of time, we actually didn't get much force into it. So whatever equation we would use for forces, we did not get much, because the only thing that broke was this. That either means that this thing is just really sturdily built, or we just didn't have enough velocity to break it quite as much as we would.
See, physics, we should get extra credit for that.
Exactly. But luckily we have other ways to destroy it. Okay, so the next physics principle that we are applying to the Maberto is the principle of friction. The force of the Maberto being pulled by the bike and the principles of friction are trying to let the Maberto stop. However, it's not doing too much, meaning that we need still more force to break it. After applying the principles of friction on a bike and with running with it, not much has happened to it. However, we have loosened up this part. However, it's still attached, which means that our work is not yet done. Okay.
Let's get it. Show that, like, I think one nail came out.
No, actually the nail it's still the same, but the glue came off. So this thing is still attached to the bottom here, which means that it is gonna swing around almost like a pendulum. Oh, well, you know, another physics term. So it's gonna spin around like a pendulum, but it is no longer connected to the base here, meaning that it can spin.
It's gonna spin that around, and we're gonna have everything with angular momentum and angular velocity. So go ahead, Mike.
2, 3.
Oh, it broke there. So he slammed it into the ground on the 5th revolution. So that's
10 pi radians.
10 pi radians. So there's some physics terms for you.
So as you can see, I don't know if you want to explain what happened to it.
Well, we got wood to crack on this one.
Looks like this whole thing fell in half, but it's still attached. Beautiful craftsmanship.
So the glue started coming off here. This got bent over. And this was one piece of wood too. This wasn't like two glued together.
Looks like we got some wood shavings. So
we finally broke the wood.
Yeah, we're finally getting to the actual destruction, which is what we're waiting for. I'll just keep these pieces.
Should we do this one more time?
Yeah, do you want to try it?
Alright.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do it one more time just to see if we can hurt it any way, shape, or form. Okay, we're gonna see how many. 2 pyradians. 4 pyradians. 6 pyradians! Oh,
there
yes! We go. Oh, that was beautiful. Look at that. Look at that angle. That's like about a 20-degree angle, I'd say there.
This thing's coming off too. We're finally getting some progress.
This is actually shattered. There's a nail. So looks like not too much damage happened in this, besides the fact that that whole section came off.
Not too much damage, right?
Yeah, no.
Oh, we noticed later that when we were dragging it on the ground, this part got dented up a bit. Just more, destruction of the catapult. So
probably the biggest thing which happened to the structure was this remained perfect. This side is perfect. There's a whole wood chip completely, taking out some of the Mamberto's name and half of the target, which kind of makes me a little sad.
Alright, well, I guess it's time to move on to the next method.
Let's move on.
Alright, we have some guests here now, and we also have a second camera, so that means that we'll be able to get the action from 2 different angles now.
They thought about destroying it with this treadmill thing here, then they remember what happened last time we used the treadmill, and that wasn't too pretty now.
Alright, we got Alex on the treadmill. How ironic is that?
I was gonna hold these up here.
5 miles an hour.
That's like
7. This is 7 now. 8.1. 9.
Dude, I can't hold on with these things.
This is linear motion. Dropping something from a height and having it speed up due to the acceleration of gravity. So here we go with Maberto. I have no idea how high this is.
Oh, yes!
Oh, yes! And now for the other piece.
Oh, yeah, one more piece.
That didn't do much.
Oh well, it's okay. Okay, so here, let me assess the damage that happened to it. Okay, so let's see. It looks like this part remained mainly intact. This is a little bit looser now. However, this part just completely fell off. It was perfect because just the way Jordan dropped it, and the angle at which this hit the ground was almost 90 degrees, assuring the most amount of force when it hit the ground. All the rest of it, nothing really has seemed to have happened to this much. And like I said, the rest of this seems pretty much intact.
I would just like to point out another physics principle. Even though this is at an angle, the force of friction is preventing it from accelerating down the ramp.
So that means that this right now is actually called static friction because it is not moving at all. So, just another physics principle.
Physics is boring.
We are going to start off with projectile motion, which is horizontally, which is going to be pretty much a 180-degree angle, so straightforward, and then it's going to go down and hopefully land on the patio. So this is test number 1.
Nothing happened.
Okay, nothing really happened. That's okay.
Nothing happened.
Okay, nothing really happened. That's okay. Next, we are going to do 45-degree angles. So we're going to aim it up a little bit.
This is going above and beyond what we talked about in physics class.
Exactly, 45 degrees, we just did not do that. Ooh, I heard something, I'm not sure if anything happened. How are we doing the last one?
That was more like a 30-degree angle, which is how many radians?
I believe it would be
Pi over 6 radians?
Pi over 6 radians.
Okay.
Okay.
Now do this one at
Should I spin it?
pi over 4 radians, which is a theta of 45.
Okay.
Like I'm getting all those physics words
Okay,
in there.
so finally we're going to throw this at pi over 4 radians, also known as 45 degrees. And we are also going to apply the principles of torque and spinning centripetal force as I throw it.
Angular velocity.
Angular velocity, yes. So it's going to be a combination of what was the word? Tangential velocity and angular velocity.
Well, I got a really nice picture of that.
Yeah, a little piece came off, so it doesn't really look like anything particularly happened, which is kind of depressing. Probably because we already knocked off the other parts. I don't know.
No.
Do we want to try it again? One more time. Okay, sweet. Because I kind of screwed, so it was going like that.
Okay, when me, Mike, and Matt came
Louder.
down from the roof, we found that Treadmill Kid had put the catapult on the fire hydrant thing. And we were thinking, okay, how can we apply physics to this? Lever arms. The force is greater when it's here than over here. And I really don't trust these guys.
Yeah.
with shovels.
Okay, now
I don't know what they're gonna do with them.
So now we're going to apply another use of the lever arm by Ripley baseball. Treadmill Kid is over there with the shovel. See, if he would do this with his arm and try to hit it like that, that's not much leather arm. He's not going to get that much force out of it. But if he uses the shovel, he should be able to get a lot of force out of hitting the catapult. Okay? Hold on a second.
Come on, Treadmill Kid. You're gonna dent that thing.
Yeah, why don't you use that instead?
Aw, come on.
Well, wait, Jordan,
Because of the force of the impact.
the force of the impact. I don't know how much this is gonna do. Give me a stick. Yeah, Jordan, I don't know. I'd prefer to use the shovel, but
It might dent.
You're gonna break the shovels. Just
Yeah,
go.
they're not mine.
okay.
I have a stick.
Alex,
You're throwing a block of wood at me, and all I gotta spin the shovels with a
Alex,
stick.
come on.
All right, fine.
Okay,
Don't hit me with that thing.
I'll try not to. Okay, so as you can see, the force of the lever arm was great enough to snap our great catapult in twain. Yeah! No, man, stop.
We've sort of taped this back together
Jordan's gonna be.
just so that we can destroy it again. Remember that friction part? We're taking it to a new level. Hey Matt, the viewfinder's kind of working. You just need to hold it. Hold on.
Chris, are you rolling it right now?
What did
Yeah,
you do to it?
I'm rolling. Let's go. Exactly why we need duct tape. Just go.
All right,
Matt,
go
go.
ahead, Matt.
I can't run that fast. Get it. I can't run that fast.
Matt, you lost it. And I feel the.
Want me to stop now?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna turn around.
All right, that's good, Alex.
Thanks for driving, Matt.
No problem.
Not while we're around.
Future major leaguer right
Centripetal force. Actually, it probably doesn't have anything to do with centripetal force, but this axe is going to be swung in an arch to hit this piece of the Moberto.
In 1 pi radian.
I missed.
Okay. What if I hit my foot there?
Not a good idea.
No, not a good idea. Come on, you're a Boy Scout. You should know
Well,
this stuff.
I mean, just think about it. Oh, whatever. Okay.
Well, you know why?
I was thinking,
No, you know what?
what if Alex
You're really
pulled it up?
supposed to do is.
Careful, Jordan.
There we go.
Yes.
Here's what remains of what was our catapult.
We should probably do this. So, now that we've come this far, there's one
Next week.
more step.